Merry Christmas, Bob. And a Merry Christmas, Uncle. God save you.
Bah humbug.
Christmas, a humbug, Uncle. Surely you don't mean that.
I do. Merry Christmas. What have you to be so merry about when you're so poor?
What have you to be so dismal about? You're so rich.
Bah humbug.
Don't be so cross, Uncle.
What else can I be when I live in a world such as this? Merry Christmas. What is Christmas to you anyway of the paying of bills with no money? Growing a year older and having every 12 months revisited against you. If I had it my way, every idiot waltzing around with Merry Christmas on his lips would be boiled in pudding and buried with a stick of holly through his heart.
Uncle.
Nephew, you keep Christmas in your way, and I'll keep it in mine.
It's true, there have been many things that have not made me a prophet, dare I say. But I've always thought of Christmas time as a forgivable, kind, pleasant time. In fact, Christmas is the one time in the long calendar year where men and women open their shut-up hearts to fellow passengers. And though, therefore, Uncle, I have never made a scrap of gold or silver from it, I do believe that I have benefited from it, and I will continue to benefit from it. And God bless it.
If I hear another sound from you, you'll be spending Christmas in the unemployment line. Now sit down.
Uncle, don't be so angry. Come and dine with Clara and I tomorrow.
Fred, tell me this. Why did a man as poor as you ever get married for in the first place?
Why did I get married? Well, because I was in love.
Because I was in love? Bah, rubbish.
You had never seen me before I got married. Don't use that as an excuse to not see me now.
Good afternoon.
I ask nothing of you. I want nothing from you. Why can't we be friends?
Good afternoon.
Well, from the bottom of my heart, I feel sorry for you. I've made the trial an homage of the Christmas season. And so I say to you, a Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Good afternoon.
And a Happy New Year.
Bah.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Scrooge and Marley's, I believe. And you had the pleasure of speaking with Mrs. Scrooge and Mr. Marley.
Mr. Scrooge. Jacob Marley died 7 years ago this very day.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We have no doubt that his generosity is well represented in his living partner.
At this present time of year, Mr. Scrooge, it is desirable that we make some provisions for the poor and destitute who suffer greatly at this present time. Many thousands are in want of common comforts.
Are there no prisons?
But plenty of prisons.
Well, what about the union workhouses? Are they not still in operation?
Oh, yes, sir, they are, though I wish I could say they were not.
Whew, you had me worried by the way you were talking they had stopped their useful purpose. It's good to know they're still in operation.
They scarcely provide Christian cheer of mind or body. Some of us are trying to raise some funds to provide the poor some meat, some drink, and some means of warmth. We choose this time of year because it is a time of giving and abundant rejoices. So, what should I put you down for?
Nothing.
Oh, you wish to remain anonymous?
I wish to be left alone. Now see here. I don't make merry at Christmas time, and I don't make idle people merry either. My taxes support the prisons, and they cost enough. Those who are bad off must go there.
Many can't go there. They would rather die.
Well, let them be on with it and help decrease the surplus population. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Will it never stop? I have nothing for you. Be gone, boy. I suppose you'll be wanting the whole day off tomorrow?
If convenient, sir.
If convenient, sir. It's as inconvenient as it was last year, the year before, the year before.
It's only once a year, sir.
Oh, all right. I suppose you can have the whole day off, but deducted from your wages. You'll just be here all the earlier the next morning.
Oh, yes, Mr. Scrooge. Thank you, Mr. Scrooge. And Mary, may we
have all the more business in the upcoming year.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Humbug.
Merry Christmas!
Ah! Oh, I thought you were Marley. Just my door knocker. Bah. Humbug. Oh. Good night's rest is all I need. Rats. Probably rats. That's all it is. Very big rats.
Scrooge! Scrooge!
Very big rats who know my name. Ow! Mommy's ghost. What do you want with me?
Much.
Well, who are you?
Ask me who I was.
Well, you're quite particular for a ghost. All right, then, who were you then?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
Well, can you sit down?
I can.
Well, do it then.
You don't believe in me.
I do not.
What evidence of my reality would you have beyond that of your senses?
Well, I don't know.
Then why do you doubt your senses?
Well, you might be nothing more than an undigested bit of beef, or perhaps a crumb of cheese, or a piece of underdone potato. There's more gravy than grave to you, whatever you are. Do you see this toothpick?
I do.
You're not even looking at it.
But I see it, notwithstanding.
I have but to swallow this and be persecuted all my days by a legion of goblins, all of my own creation.
I swear he was not this daft when we were partners.
A humbug!
Enough!
Why do you trouble me, spirit?
Man of worldly mind, do you believe in me or not?
I do. I must. But why do spirits roam this earth, and what do they want with me?
It is required of every man that the spirit within him should walk abroad among his fellow man and travel far and wide. If that spirit goes not forth in life, it is condemned to do so in death, doomed to travel this world and Oh, woe is me to witness that which it cannot reveal, but could have revealed on earth and turned to happiness.
You're wearing chains. Tell me why.
These are the chains I forged in life. I made them link by link and yard by yard. I girded them of my own free will, and of my own free will, I wore them. Does the pattern look strange to you?
It's chains.
Or do you know the weight and the length of that strong coil that you wear yourself? It was as full and heavy and as long as this 7 years ago on Christmas Eve. And you have labored long on it since. It is a ponderous chain.
Jacob, speak words of comfort to me.
I have none to give, nor could I tell you what I would. Very little at all is permitted of me. I cannot rest. I cannot stay. I cannot linger anywhere. In my life, my spirit never walked past our counting house. It never roamed past the narrow limits of our money-counting hole. A weary journey lies before me.
Well, Jacob, you were quite slow about it.
Slow?
Well, 7 years dead and still wondering all about?
And the whole time, no peace, no rest, only torture and remorse.
Sounds fascinating.
Captive, bound, and double-ironed, to know that no space of regret can make amends for one's opportunities misused. Yet such was I. Oh, such was I.
Well, you always were a good businessman.
Business? Mankind was my business. The common welfare was my business. Charity, mercy, forbearance, and benevolence were all my business. The dealings of my trade were but a drop of water in the comprehensive ocean of my business.
If I had known you felt that way, I would have taken your name off the sign a long time ago.
This time of the year is very hard on me. Why did I walk through the crowd of my fellow beings with my eyes turned down and never lift them up to that blessed star that led the wise men to that poor abode? Hear me, for my time is nearly done.
I will, but don't be too hard on me, Jacob.
And why do you think it is that I appear to you to now in a shape that you can see when I sat invisible beside you many and many a night?
That's a bit unsettling to hear.
It was no light part of my penance, but I am here tonight to warn you that you have yet a chance and a hope of escaping my fate.
Thank you, Jacob. You always were a good friend.
You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
Perhaps I misread our friendship. Is this the chance of hope you were speaking of?
It is.
Well, I think I'd rather not.
Without their visit, you cannot hope to escape my fate. Expect the first when the clock strikes 1. Expect the second an hour later. And the third an hour after that.
Well, could we all do them all at once and be done with it? And it makes for a rather long night.
When the clock strikes 1, Scrooge! Scrooge!
Bah! I don't believe in ghosts. The hour itself and nothing more. Ha! Ah! Oh, are you the spirit whose coming was foretold to me?
I am.
Well, who are you? What are you? Tell me your name, I say.
I'm the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past?
No, Your paths.
Spirit, can you turn your brightness down? It's quite disturbing.
What? Would you so soon put out with worldly hands the light I give?
Oh, why are you here?
Your welfare.
Oh, very much obliged, Spirit, but a good night's rest would be most excellent for my welfare.
Your reclamation, then. Rise. Walk with me.
Oh, I do not believe the hour nor the weather is adapted to pedestrian purposes.
Bear but a touch of my hand, and you shall be safe.
Spirit, I know this place. I spent many a school year here as a young lad.
Your lip is trembling.
Oh.
And what is that upon your cheek?
Nothing, just a pimple.
Do you remember this place?
I remember it. I could walk it blindfold.
And strange to have forgotten it for so many years. Let us go on.
Spirit, is this real?
These are shadows of things that have been. They have no consciousness of us.
Spirit, there's Ginny Larkins and her wild brother Gareth. He would fall asleep all the time during lectures. Oh, the boxing his ears would receive would turn a badger red. Oh,
There's Robert Tompkins. He once poured a pint of ink on Sally Richards' head. Kicked him out of school for that one. Serves him right, the little scoundrel. Oh, Spirit, that's the parrot. Oh, green body and yellow tail and a thing that looks like a piece of lettuce coming out of the top of his head. Robin Crusoe. Yes, that's what they called him, Robin Crusoe. Poor Robin Crusoe. Where have you been, Robin?
The school is not quite deserted. A solitary child, neglected by his friends, sits there still.
Poor boy. I wish I could.
Well, it's too late for all that.
What's the matter?
Well, Spirit, it's just there was a young lad who came to my door the other night, and just wish I could have given him something. That's all.
I've come to bring you home, dear brother. To bring you home. 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 Home, little fan? Yes, home for good. Home forever and ever. Father is so much kinder than he used to be. That home's like heaven. So much so that I was not afraid to ask him if you should come home. And he said, yes, you should. And sent me in the coach to bring you. We're to be together all Christmas long and have the merriest time in all the world. You're quite the woman, little fan.
Quite the delicate creature whom a breath might have withered, but she had a large heart.
She did, Spirit. You're right.
And she died a woman and had, as I think, children?
Just one child.
True. Your nephew.
Yes.
Come, Mr. Scrooge. Do you know this place?
Spirit, I do know this place. This is old Fezziwig and his bank. I was an apprentice here long, long ago.
Yo ho, my boys. Ebenezer, Stephen.
Stephen Wilkins. Be sure, bless me. Stephen was very attached to me. Poor Stephen. Dear, dear.
Yo ho there. No more work tonight. Christmas Eve, Stephen. Christmas, Ebenezer. Let's have the shutters up before a man can say Jack Robinson. Hilly ho, clear the way, lads. Let's make lots of room here. Hilly ho, Stephen. Dilly dilly, Ebenezer.
Hello, dear. Another festive time has arrived at our doorstep once again.
Yes, it does, my dear. It does indeed.
All the trimmings are done and the lights are ready to make merry this Christmas Eve.
That's good, boys. Well done. Now, Mrs. Fezziwig, if you please.
But of course, Mr. Fezziwig. Come, Stephen. Make ready yourselves partners for the dance, for on this night we will have no humbugs or dullards about.
Such a small matter to make such silly folks so full of gratitude.
Small?
Why, but Mr. Fezziwig has spent but a few pounds of your mortal money. 3 or 4, perhaps. Is that so much that he deserves such praise?
It's not that, Spirit. It's just that Fezziwig has the power to render us happy or unhappy, to make our service light or burdensome, a toil or pleasure. His happiness is as great as if it cost him a fortune.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
Something, I think.
I just wish I could have spoken to my clerk just now. That's all.
My time grows short. Quick!
It matters little. Very little to you, Ebenezer. Another idol has displaced me, and if it can cheer and comfort you in time to come as I would have tried to do, I have no just cause to grieve.
What idol has displaced you?
A golden one!
This is the even-handed dealing of the world. There is nothing as hard as poverty, and there is nothing it professes to condemn with such severity as the pursuit of wealth.
You fear the world too much. I have seen your nobler aspirations fall off one by one until the master passion, gain, engrosses you. Have I not?
And what then? Even if I have grown much wiser, what then? Well, I am not changed towards you, am I?
Our contract is an old one. It was made when we were both poor and content to be so till in a good season we could improve our worldly fortune through our patient industry. You are changed. When it was made, you were a different man.
I was a boy.
Your own feeling tells you that you are not what you are. I am. That which promised happiness when we were one in heart is fraught with misery now that we are two. How often and how keenly I have thought of this, I will not say. It is enough that I have thought of it and can release you.
Release? Have I ever sought your release?
In words, no, never.
Well, in what then?
In a changed nature, in an altered spirit, in another atmosphere of life, in everything that made my love of worth or value in your sight? Tell me, would you seek me out and try and win me again? Ah. No.
You think not?
I would gladly think otherwise if I could. Heaven knows that I have learned a truth like this. I know how strong and irresistible it must be. But if you were free today, tomorrow, or yesterday, can I even believe that you would choose a dowerless girl? You who in your very confidence weigh everything by gain. And so I release you. With a full heart, for the love of him you once were. The memory of what is past makes me hope you will feel pain in this. A very, very brief time, and you will dismiss the recollection of it gladly as an unprofitable dream from which you well awoke. Ebenezer, may you be happy with the life you've chosen.
Fool! You're a fool! Go after her! Don't let her go!
But you did let her go.
Oh, Spirit, show me no more. Why do you find enjoyment in torturing me?
One shadow more.
No more shadows. Take me home.
Well, I saw an old friend of yours this afternoon.
Who was it?
Yes.
How can I? I don't know. Mr. Scrooge!
Mr. Scrooge it was. I passed his office window today, and he had a candle lit inside. I could scarcely help seeing him. His partner lies upon the point of death, I hear, and there he sat, quite alone in the world, I believe.
Remove me from this place.
I told you. These are shadows of things that have been, that they are what they are. Do not blame me.
Oh, show me no more. I cannot bear to see anything else. Take me home. Haunt me no longer.
Scrooge!
What?
Scrooge! Come in! Come in! And know me better, man!
No.
Yes! Know me better, man! Closer? Little bit more? I am the ghost of Christmas present. Look upon me! You have never seen the likes of me before.
Never.
Have never walked forth with the younger members of my family, meaning my elder brothers of later years.
I'm afraid not, Spirit. Do you have many brothers?
Over 1,800!
What a tremendous family to provide for. Well, I just came from visiting my past, and I learned a valuable lesson. If you're to lead me tonight, let me profit from it.
Come, touch my robe.
Is there a particular flavor in which you're sprinkling?
Why, there is. My own.
Would it apply to any sort of dinner on this day?
Oh, to any kindly given. To the poor one most.
Why to the poor one most?
For it needs it most.
Well, Spirit, I'm just wondering, out of all the beings in all the worlds, why you would desire to hinder the enjoyment of the poor.
I?
Or you would deprive them of dining on this day.
I?
Or you would seek to close the very places that give them warmth.
I seek?
Well, forgive me if I'm wrong, Spirit, but it's been done in your name.
There are some upon this earth of yours who would claim not to know me, and who would do their deeds of passion, pride, ill will, hatred, envy, bigotry, and selfishness in my name. Remember that, and charge their doings on themselves, not I.
I will.
Come.
Where is your father? And Tiny Tim? And Martha wasn't this late last Christmas by half an hour.
Here's my mother. Hooray! That's such a goose, Martha.
Bless my soul alive, my dear, you are late.
We had a good deal of work to finish up last night and had to clear away this morning, Mother.
Never mind, so long as you are here. Now, let's go by the fire and get you warmed up. Lord bless you.
No, here's Father comes. Hide, Martha, hide.
Why, where's our Martha?
Not coming.
Not coming? Not coming on Christmas Day? What?
Here I am, Father. Father!
Martha!
Come on, Tim. There you go. Have a seat. How is Tim at church?
As good as golden better, dear. Somehow he gets thoughtful sitting by himself so much, and he thinks the strangest things you've ever heard. He told me coming home that, well, he hoped the people in church saw him because he's a cripple, and it might be pleasant for them to remember upon Christmas Day who made the lame beggars walk and the blind men to see. He grows so strong and hearty, dear. Well, a Merry Christmas to all of us, my dears. God bless us.
God bless us, everyone.
Oh, Spirit, will Tiny Tim live?
I see an empty seat in a poor chimney corner and a crutch without an owner. If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, the child will die.
Oh, no, kind spirit. Please tell me he will be spared.
If these shadows remain, none of my race will find him here. What then? If he be like to die, he had better do it and decrease the surplus population. Will you decide what men live and what men die? Perhaps in the sight of heaven it is you who are more worthless and less fit to live than millions like this poor man's child.
Mr. Scrooge, I give you Mr. Scrooge, the founder of this feast.
The founder of the feast, indeed. I wish I had him here. I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast upon, and I hope he'd have a good appetite for it.
My dear, the children, Christmas Day.
It should be Christmas Day, I'm sure, when we drink to the health of that odious, stingy, hard, unfeeling man, Mr. Scrooge.
My dear,
You know he is, Robert. Nobody knows him better than you do. My poor fellow.
My dear, Christmas Day.
I'll drink for your sake and for the day's, not for his. Long life to him. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. He'll be very merry and happy, I have no doubt.
I fear that woman slightly, spirit.
You have good meaning too. Come.
And he called Christmas a humbug. And he believed it too.
More shame for him, Fred.
Oh, he's a funny old man, that's the truth. However, his consequences carry their own weight, and I have nothing to say against him.
I'm sure he's very rich, Fred. At least you always tell me so.
Well, what's the point, dear? He doesn't do anything with it. He doesn't make himself comfortable. He doesn't get the satisfaction of knowing that he's helping us.
Well, I have no patience for him.
Oh, well, I do. In fact, I feel sorry for him. I couldn't hate him if I tried. For who has to deal with his ill whims? He does. And what are his consequences? He scarcely misses a good dinner.
Indeed, I think he loses a very good dinner.
Well, I'm glad you think so, dear. Never mind.
Oh, do go on, Fred. He never finishes a thing he begins to say.
Well, all I was going to say is, by not making thanks with us, I think he misses out on some very pleasant moments that wouldn't do him any harm. Every year I make the same offer to him, and because I pity him. He can rail against Christmas all he wants till the day he dies, but I will stay to defy him. And he will find me in good temper, and I will say to him, Uncle Scrooge, how are you? And only if that gives him the vein to give his clerk 50 more pence, well, that's something, isn't it? You know, I really think I got to him yesterday. A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to Uncle Scrooge, wherever he is. He wouldn't have it from me, but he'll have it nonetheless. To Uncle Scrooge!
To Uncle Scrooge!
Oh, spirit! Are spirits' lives so short?
My life on this globe is very brief. It ends tonight.
Tonight?
Hark! The time draws near.
Oh, spirit, there are men with no homes. What are you to do for them and the poor in which you speak of?
Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses? Go forth and know me better, man.
Spirit, not yet. I have more to ask you. Spirit! Spirit! Ah! Are you the ghost of Christmas yet to come? Oh, I know why you're here. You're here to show me the shadows of things that might have happened, but will happen in a time before us. Is that so, Spirit? Ghost of the present, I fear you out of all the spirits. I understand your purpose is to do me good, and I hope to be a better man from what I was. I'm prepared to journey with you and do it with a thankful heart, but will you not speak to me? Oh, Spirit, lead on. The night is waning fast, and time is precious, I'm quite sure. Lead on, Spirit.
I don't know much about it either way. I only know that he died.
When did he die?
Last night, I believe.
Why? What happened to him? Never thought he'd die.
God knows.
Well, what has he done with the money?
I haven't heard. Left it to his company, perhaps. He didn't leave it to me, that's all I know.
It's liable to be a cheap funeral. For the life of me, I have no idea who'd go. Let's volunteer. Form a party and volunteer.
Well, I don't mind as long as lunch is provided, but I must be fed if I make it.
Well, I'm the most disinterested of anyone. For I never eat lunch and I never wear black gloves. But I'll offer to go if anyone else will. I can't say that I was not his most particular friend, for we used to stop and speak whenever he passed by. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Spirit, I know those men. I've done business with them from time to time.
All right, let the charwoman be first, let the laundress alone be the second, and let the undertaker be the third. Look here, old Joe, if we all three hadn't met without meaning it.
We couldn't have picked a better place to meet. Come into my parlor. We're all suitable to our calling.
What odds then? What odds, Mrs. Dilber? Every person has a right to take care of themselves. He always did.
That's true indeed, no man more so.
And who's the worse for the loss of a few things? Not the dead man, I suppose.
No indeed.
Oh, if he'd wanted to keep them after he was dead, why wasn't he more natural in his lifetime? If he'd have been, he'd have had someone to look after him when he was struck with death, instead of lying there gasping out his last all alone.
That's the truth. Whatever spoke, it's judgment on him.
I wish it were a little heavier judgment. Oh, look here, Joe, open the bundle and let me know the value of it. Speak out plain. I'm not afraid to be the first, nor afraid for them to see it. We all knew we were helping ourselves before we came, I believe. It's no sin. Open the bundle, Joe.
All right. I wouldn't give him more than a 6p. Who's next? Oh, you know, I always give too much to the ladies. It's a problem of mine. It's the way I run myself. Let's take a look. See here. That's your account there. If you ask me for another penny and made it an open question, I repent of being so liberal and not call half a crown. Who's next?
Open the second bundle, Joe.
All right. Oh. Well, what do you call these here? Are these big kittens?
Yes, big kittens.
Well, you don't mean to say that you took them down, rings and all. Well,
yes, of course I did.
With him lying there, did you?
Yes.
Well, you were born to make your fortune, and you certainly did.
Well, I certainly shan't hold my hand when I can have anything in it by reaching out for the sake of a man as he was.
These is blankets.
Yes, of course. He isn't likely to catch cold, is he?
I hope he didn't die and it didn't catch him. Oh.
Don't be afraid of that.
What? Hey, oh, look at here. Look at here.
Oh, now, you can look at that till your eyes are sore. You'll not find an hole in it. They'd have wasted it if it hadn't been for me.
Well, what do you call wasting of it?
Why, putting it on him to be buried, of course. Some fool had put it back on him, but I took it off of him. He couldn't look any uglier than he did in that. I'm dancing into it. He frightened everyone away from him when he was alive to profit us when he was dead.
Spirit, I understand the point you're trying to make here. As greedy men come to this sort of fate, but surely someone must have cared for this poor soul.
Mother, is something wrong?
The color hurts my eyes. Working by candlelight makes them weak, and I wouldn't show weak eyes to your father when he comes home. Not for the world. Oh, they're all better now. It must be near his time.
Past it, rather. And I think he has walked rather slowly these last few evenings, Mother.
I have known him to walk with Tiny Tim, very quickly indeed, high on his shoulder.
And so have I. Often.
But Tim was light to carry, and your father loved him so that it was no trouble at all. There's your father at the door.
Hello, my darlings. How are you this evening? Peter, I see you're reading your book. Good. You'll have to tell me all about it.
Of course, Father.
And Martha, that looks rather beautiful. You and your mother should have no trouble finishing it by Sunday.
Sunday? You went today then, Robert.
I did, my dear. Wish you could have gone too. It would have done you some good to see how green the place is, but I know you'll see it often. I promised I would go on Sunday. My little child.
Oh, Spirit, no. Oh, Spirit, I fear our moments are coming to a close, and I know not how. But tell me this. The businessmen you showed me earlier, they spoke of a man who had departed from this earth. What man were they speaking of? Oh. Spirit, before I go to the stone in which you're pointing at, answer me this. Are these the shadows of things that will be or may only be? Men's courses will foreshadow certain ends, but if he departs from that course, his ends will surely change. Say it is so by what you show me here, Spirit. He be Ebenezer Scrooge! No! It cannot be me! Oh, it is I who lay beneath this lonely grave. Oh, Spirit, hear me. I'm not the man I was. I will not be the man I have seen in this life. Why do you show me these things if I'm beyond all hope? Oh, Spirit, tell me that there is yet time for me to change these shadows. I will honor Christmas in my heart and celebrate it all year long. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. All three spirits shall live within me. I will not shut out the lessons they have taught me. Oh, Spirit, say it is so, that I may sponge away these writings on this stone. I beg you, say it is so! Oh, Jacob Marley. Heaven at Christmas time be praised. I say it on my knees, oh Jacob, I say it on my knees. They're not torn down. The rings are still here. I'm still here. The shadows of things that would have been dispelled. I don't know what to do. I mean, I'm as light as a feather. I'm as happy as an angel. I'm as merry as a schoolboy. Merry Christmas to everyone. Happy New Year to all the world. There's the door in which Jacob Marley entered. There's the corner in which the ghost of Christmas present stood. It's all true. It all happened. I don't know what day of the month it is. I don't know how long I've been among the spirits. I don't know anything. Never mind. I don't care. Oh, glorious, glorious day. You there, lad. What day is today?
Huh?
My fine fellow, what is today?
Today? Why, it's Christmas Day.
It's Christmas Day. I haven't missed it yet. The spirits have done it all in one night. Of course they can. They can do anything they like. Hello, my fine fellow.
Hello.
Do you know where the poultry shop is down there on the corner?
I should hope I did.
Intelligent boy. Remarkable boy. Do you know if the prize-winning turkey is still in the shop?
What, the one as big as me?
Delightful boy. Yes, that's the one.
It's hanging there right now.
Well, we'll go and buy it.
What?
Here, take this. Run down there, come back with the man, I'll give you another shilling. If you come back in less than 5, I'll give you half a crown.
Yes, sir, right away, sir.
I'll have it sent to the home of Bob Cratchit. He shan't know who sent it. It's twice the size of Tiny Tim. I shall love you as long as I live. I shan't ever noticed you before, you beautiful door knocker. Oh, hello, how are you? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Come here, lad. Now take it to this address right here, and here's another half a crown for your trouble.
Thank you, sir.
And Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you. And Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas. Hello, gentlemen. I hope you found success yesterday. Merry Christmas to you.
Mr. Scrooge?
Yes, that's my name. It may not sound too pleasant, but would you pardon me and allow me to give a donation of...
Lord bless me, are you serious, Mr. Scrooge?
Yes, I am. And not a farthing less. There's a great many back payments included in that. Would you do me that favor?
I don't know what to say to such a...
You don't have to say anything. Just come and see me. Will you come and see me?
We will.
Yes. And thank you. I'm much obliged to you. I thank you 50 times. Bless you. Is the master of the house at home, my dear sweet girl?
Yes, sir.
Where is he, my love?
He's in the dining room, sir. I'll show you in if you please.
Thank you. He knows me. I'll show my way in. Fred!
I'm awake, am I not?
Fred!
Bless my soul!
It is I, your Uncle Scrooge. I'm here for dinner if you'll have me.
Oh, of course, Uncle, of course, my dear uncle. Won't we, Clara?
Clara, this is your wife. I had no idea. Clara, you must know that Fred speaks of you in every conversation we have.
He does.
He does. And I'm so sorry we have never met before. Will you forgive an old fool for that mistake?
Yes.
Excellent. Nephew, I shall return in a moment. I have one more stop to make.
Of course.
And keep that pudding hot. And I insist on carving that turkey. I'll return soon. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas, Uncle. I do believe we just witnessed a Christmas miracle. Not one as miraculous as the baby Jesus, of course, but one just as eventful nonetheless.
What do you mean doing at your home at this time of day?
Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. Am I behind the times?
Yes, you are. Now come this way.
It's only once a year, sir. I was making rather merry yesterday, sir. It will not be repeated.
Now, I'll tell you what, my friend. I'm not going to put up with this sort of thing any longer.
And I'm not going to stand for the way you treat my husband any longer. This has gone on long enough.
And therefore...
I'm
raising your salary.
I will raise you right off this pavement.
What? Merry Christmas, Bob. I'm raising your salary 5 times what it is today. And we'll discuss the welfare of your family after a delicious turkey dinner that was delivered to your doorstep this morning.
Mr. Scrooge, that was you?
Merry Christmas, Bob Cratchit. And Merry Christmas to us all.
And God bless us, everyone.